Okay, in this video we're going to go over how to sell the items that you uh, buy at the storage auctions. One of the first things you want to know before you actually do buy is are the procedures that the facility or the particular auction company that's going to the storage facility to sell these unpaid for units follows. On the particular site we were looking at before in the first video, auctionstorage.com, they have a new buyers section, and a lot of times you'll see this on a lot of the auctioneer sites, and they'll let you know exactly what it takes to buy items when they're actually sponsoring the auction. Most of the facilities and the items are sold as is, where is. All the sales are typically final. There's no refunds for any reason. Um, you're typically bidding on everything in the unit, so it's not like you're picking out things here and there. Legally, at least in Florida, you have to stand at the door of the unit. You can't walk around inside the unit and look through it, picking out things and looking at what's in boxes before you bid. You basically get a good little look from the door, and with time and experience, you never know what you'll find, and you also start to be able to kind of gauge what you can make off a particular unit based on what you see. Um, a lot of with this company, bidders pay a 10% buyer's premium. So, for instance, say if you buy a unit for $50, you're going to end up paying $55. And if there's a sales tax or something like that, you will have to pay that sales tax as well. Um, but that's not always the case. A lot of times there's not a sales tax that you have to pay, depending on the auction and the facility. Some of the facilities, like they're saying, they do charge a cleaning deposit, $50 to $100. It just depends, and that's typically only if you do a bid on a unit. Um, Once you bid on that unit, then you have to pay that cleaning deposit, and and in addition to whatever you're paying for that unit. And then once you do clean out that unit, you get that deposit back. If you figure you're going to make enough money to forego getting back your deposit, then that's up to you. It's only broom clean condition too, so you just basically have to sweep it out. You don't have to do a hardcore scrubbing the walls or anything like that. Um, on there, and if there is something in there like oil or paint or something like that, you might want to just bring it to the attention of the auctioneer or the facility and see how they want to deal with that before you actually go any further. Uh, so with them, the bids are taken in $10 increments. So they're gonna, it sounds like they're talking fast, but they're typically something along the lines of, okay, got a $30 bill, $30 bill. Anybody want to do $30, $30? Then maybe like $20, $20. It's gonna typically go up though, unless nobody's bidding at $30, and it depends on the unit. But but it's easy to follow along, and it's kind of fun and funny with the way the auctioneers do it. Okay, and so once say you bought your unit, you got to do have a valid driver's license. A lot of times, if you're purchasing a vehicle, going back a little bit, sorry. So sometimes you will find a car or truck or boat or something else in there. Typically, cars and trucks you're going to need to have. Uh, you're going to have to register it and stuff like that. Make sure you get a clear title. Uh, and they guarantee you'll be able to get a clear title because the auctioneer does get to look in the units before they sell them, at least to see that there's a car or something like that. Um, Typically, there are a few smokers at some of these auctions, but they don't smoke while they're inside the buildings or bidding. You can ask people around you to not smoke as part of the policies of the auction, if it's annoying, and it's definitely uh, something that's not good for your health, secondhand smoke. But anyways, this is an example of one of the storage auction companies procedures. And here's another one, JM Auctioneers. They send me email, since I got on their email list, to show me where all their auctions are. And typically you'll get this when you sign up for the company's notifications and stuff like that. Uh, and uh, and and they also have uh, sales and procedures, uh, uh, policies and procedures when it comes to their sales. Excuse me. It's described in their terms on here. And so at any given day, you might have auctions by this company or this guy. He goes all around Florida too, in other states. Um, Typically Florida though. And then you might have auctions from the other company. So sometimes you won't find everything on the Auction Zip website that we went over, and you'll find them on these other sites. So to sell your items, what do you do? One of the easiest things that I found that I could do was use Craigslist. Sometimes you go to Craigslist and it'll show your location wherever you are, somewhere that's nowhere near you, and you have to kind of go to your location. I think the best thing you can do, first of all, let's go over to Tampa, and if it wasn't here, we could always click on U.S. cities and drill down from there and stuff like that. This is the whole Tampa Bay area. They have specific um, sites within Craigslist. So say this is, I think this is Hillsborough County, Hernando, Pasco, and Pinellas. So let's just go in Hillsborough County. And on here, you have your for sale items section. And you want to typically post to classifieds. But before you do that, I would recommend that you have an account on here, which is a free account. Just click my account. And if you don't have one, you can go ahead and sign up for an account. And what this lets you do a lot of times is track your actual ads easier, because you can just log into your account and go to your ads, update them and edit them, delete them, relist items if you need to, and stuff like that. So you can click on the sign up for an account, asking for your email address, and just that you type these little "I'm not a computer" um, words here. And it's just a security feature to keep automatic automatic registrations from appearing on the site, and to let them know that you're actually a real human. So, but I already have an account on here, and what I'm going to do is use my little password thing to log in here, and it will fill out the fields on here, and I'll click login. No, it's given the terms of use. Maybe it updated, so yeah. Every once in a while they will update the terms of use. Yeah, it's good to read all this, and then click I accept. I'm a speed reader, eh? But anyways, from here you would put new posting. You can also go to the home page and click post to classifieds this way. Since I'm already logged into the site, you'll see I'm logged in as under my account name right here. And I'm going to go under for sale. And then depending on what I'm trying to sell, I'm obviously not a dealer. You might become a dealer if you really get heavy into this auction thing, and just have your own shop or something like that. But or if you need to give away some of the stuff, you can put it under the free stuff section on there. So basically, say if I had some furniture in there, or something might be a little bit easier. Say there's a couple bicycles in there, and I want to list in Hillsborough County. And maybe you already thought about it, but hey, can I list in other Craigslist locations and sites and cities, since there's literally thousands of them? And the answer is yes, you can, and no, you shouldn't at times, but it depends. Meaning that you don't want it to spam Craigslist by having the same ad all over the place, and they will detect that it's the same ad in multiple places. Typically, it gets enough traction in sites like this, like for instance Hillsborough County, so that you're going to get some traffic on there, especially if your title's clear. So say if there's a Huffy bicycle, you can just put Huffy bicycle like this, and say if you're selling it for 50 bucks, and just say Tampa, Florida, wherever you are. You can hide your email address, uh, or you can anonymize it, which basically will churn it into a Craigslist email, and then if anybody emails you to the at the Craigslist email address, it will forward to your email address. And so on here you can, do your posting description. And this is just a real raw example. What you probably want to do is try to use some of the same keywords that people would search for in here. So you might repeat that title and say Huffy bicycle in great condition. You might describe the color, red, red and black or whatever, blah 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 blah. Um, or you can go to the, on the web and find that bike that you found at the storage auction and put that description in there. Then you can also add and edit images. So I click that button to get here, um, and you browse your computer for images that you saved either from a picture you took or maybe a picture you found online that it is exactly like the bike. You don't want something spanking new on the picture and the bike you're selling isn't. So it's better to take your own pictures. Um, and you could click this is okay to for others to contact you about other services. But at this point, you probably don't want to do that because then you might get other people contacting you that aren't even looking to buy, but they're looking to sell you other things. Um, and that's just one way. In here, you can put your phone number, or a public place that you'd like to meet them to sell it or stuff like that. But you don't have to put all those details. Sometimes a phone number is enough. Sometimes I even put an email on there, um, or a link to the location via Google Maps or something like that. And that's one way. Selling them through Craigslist, typically you get a lot of hits this way. And if you don't get any calls or hits, then try something else. Try changing how you listed it, or do a few other things. And I can show you some other ways and going forward in a few other videos on how you can actually track your Craigslist listings and try to get the most out of the website. Um, there's tons of categories on here on things for sale. There's also the free category, which, as an aside to this whole auction thing, is a great way to get stuff for you to sell too. You can go on the Craigslist free stuff section, and a lot of people do this. And you can look for these curb alerts, which typically are great, or whatever else you want to get on. And you see how many there were, like back on, what was that, Sunday? Yeah, a lot of them on Sunday, and then in the week, a lot of times you get even more. Next 100 postings on there. But on these curb alerts, a lot of times you'll get people just, cleaning out stuff or not wanting anything, stuff anymore. And you don't have to get everything unless they tell you, please pick up everything. But say if there's recipe books here, a Broyhill headboard, uh, 10 bags of women's clothing, and that might not be too hard to sell too. Sell the shirts, sell the pants, and things like that for $1 or $2 or whatever. Even have a yard sale off of somebody else's free stuff. You know, they said come on and get them because they're going to be discarded by tomorrow. So this is just another example of a way to make money. It's the free stuff off of Craigslist. You just got to make the effort of going to get it and selling it. And that's what it's all about. Okay, until next video.